practicing my whole life. You'd never know it, eh? It's amazing. I want to do another anecdotal because I have a lot of funny stories. And I say off a couple, like I'll say a couple of them, and then I'll remember more funny stories, and it just kind of goes from there. I also notice a lot of people on the YouTube will make use of editing in their videos, and I think it's cool because you kind of can make it look a little more professional rather than, you know, just being some guy in a basement. Like, you know, I'm just in my room just with a camera with a, you know, Logitech notebook little football camera, and I'm just me. I'm naked. It's just me. Well, I'm not really naked, but you know, hypothetically. No, not hypothetically. Metaphorically, I'm naked. It's just me out here. No editing, no tricks. Just shoot straight from the mouth, and what you see is what you get. I like went to Miramichi to do animation, and it was a prep course, and they had a hypnotist come in one day, and I've never been hypnotized, although I have hypnotized people before. They say that if you can't be hypnotized, it's a sign of a weak will, but I don't think that's true. I can't let certain things go. Like, my focus is so, when I can't stop thinking about something, you know what I mean? It just gets into my head and it just seeps into everything, and that's why panic attacks are bad with me, because I'll be worried about having one and then induce one. It hasn't happened in a while, but anyway, you get what I mean. So the hypnotist comes out and he starts hypnotizing everybody, and at first I'm kind of like, okay, I'll give this a try, and I tried to relax and, you know, do what he told me, put my head back and count, and I got hypnotized, but I was still conscious at the same time. It was really weird. So all of a sudden he goes, wake up, and we all wake up, and I was like, okay, well, I don't feel any hypnotism, and he's like, you're all going to be getting ready for school, so you're going to be brushing your teeth, and all of a sudden I felt like my arm kind of come up on its own, and I was like, I could feel something in my hand, but I couldn't see anything. I was like, I started brushing my teeth, and I was like, what the? Maybe on some kind of weird subconscious level I was hypnotized, but I was actually able to watch my whole performance, and I'll get to the cool part in a minute. And he said that you're going to go to school and you have something for show and tell, and I thought, okay, I should bring a pet rock, but something that had been brought to show and tell when I was a kid, when I was in like grade 3 or something, somebody brought in an eagle's claw, right? It was like a big old claw, and it had tendons hanging out the back, and he would pull on the tendons and make it open and close, which is, you know, kind of gross. It's like kind of like bringing a mutilated animal part to school. It's just, so I decided to do that, and most people kind of went, ugh, gross, and I was like, what? You know, it was normal when I was a kid. And then he did another thing where he said, you guys are going to impersonate somebody you want to, right? My first thought was Leo DiCaprio for some reason. I don't even know why. I wasn't a huge fan of him back then. I am now. I think he's kick-ass, but I don't know. I just was thinking something crowd-pleasing. Some guy did Beavis and Butthead, and, you know, everyone kind of go, yeah, that's pretty funny. Someone did Marilyn Monroe, and she was walking around smoking all the time, and then I can't even do what I did to this day. I was so into it that I kind of passed, like I got around my own personality and hardwired Bruce Willis in. So he comes over and he's like, you know, pretending to be an interview, saying, you know, how you doing, sir? And I'm like, good. And I'm looking over at Marilyn Monroe strutting around, and I'm like, hey, what's up? And then he's like, why don't you give us a message to your home viewers? Who are you? And I'm like, you don't know who I am? And he was like, well, there's got to be some people that don't know who you are. I'm like, I'm Bruce Willis, and I keep pretending to smoke, and I'm like, not really answering his questions. Like, he keeps asking, he's like, so how you doing? I'm like, I'm okay. And then he asked about the divorce. He's like, do you want to talk about the divorce? Because Demi Moore and him were divorcing. And I was like, no. I felt like it was really him, and I was really like tired of everything, like all these questions and bullshit. And then he said, you're going to be who you were. And everyone was laughing, of course, when I was doing Bruce Willis. I felt like it was him. It was pretty amazing. He told us we're going to be our whoever we were, but we're going to be like 100 years in the future, right? So I'm Bruce Willis, and I'm 130 years old, and I'm all scrunched up in my chair, and he comes over, and he goes, who are you? And I go, I'm Bruce fucking Willis! You know, and everyone starts laughing, and then he's like, so how you doing? I'm like, my knees are shot, my kidney's blown, and I can't get a movie to save my fucking life. I mean, everyone just went crazy. It was so funny. I wish I could do the... I hope somebody filmed it, because I've never done an impersonation quite that good. Like, I felt my face turn into Bruce Willis's face. It was really crazy. So that was one little funny story. I have another one, but I have like 2 more. Maybe I'll just split them up, because there's a 10-minute... you got a 10-minute limit with videos. I really never go over my limit, which is cool. I kind of keep a mental clock running. We were driving, me and my buddy Adam were driving around, and we were going like back from home from Future Shop or whatever, and they had a billboard. This is one of my favorite things. I don't believe in it, but it's funny. There was a billboard where they had like a woman, like it was split in half. On one half they had a woman crying, and on the other half they had a girl with bruises, right? And, you know, abuse in any form is wrong, which of course is true. But then Adam looks at the billboard and says, yeah, she probably had it coming. I was like, you insensitive bastard. Oh my god, it was so funny, you know. Just laugh at it for what it is, a stupid joke, but it was really funny.